Hey
everyone!
guys! How is everyone doing? We are so excited to be on for our first live.
Yes, for
This is
sure.
this is a big moment on our channel, guys. So we are just gonna give a couple minutes for everyone to get on and everything before we start answering any questions.
And if you guys can let us know in the comments below, make sure, let us know you can see and hear us okay. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, this is our first one. We're testing doing the live on the GoPro hooked to the computer, so we want to make sure all that stuff is working. And also, if you're tuning in, let us know where you guys are located, where you're tuning in from.
Right.
So
give it a couple minutes.
Yeah. So if you're wondering where we are, we're actually in a hotel. We're back away from home again. But we are actually down in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And we are back down here to record at RV1 in, I think it's like Concord, North Carolina.
Yeah, I think they call it like just where are we?
I think it's Concord, but we're outside of Charlotte.
Charlotte. I think they just call it RV1 of Charlotte.
Okay, gotcha. So we're down here to record and everything, which is exciting because we have been kind of out of commission for a few weeks now.
It's nice to get back out on the road.
Yes,
for sure.
If you didn't hear, we both got COVID.
Yeah.
So we are much better now. We've far surpassed the quarantine period. We kind of let it go longer just to be safe.
Yeah.
But we're back feeling good for the most part. I'm feeling pretty much back to normal. Will still has a little bit of tiredness, right?
Tired every now and then.
Yeah.
I mean, like daily, I'm tired, and they said that's normal. You just got to get the energy level back and everything.
Yeah.
So.
But overall, we're doing a lot better.
Whoops,
so
didn't mean to hit that, but hi, Rebecca.
Yeah. So it looks like we have someone from Odessa, Florida.
You can click on them and pull it up.
Odessa, Florida. Thanks for tuning in. We can hear and see you from Massachusetts.
Nice.
Awesome. We might be in that area in a couple months.
Right.
Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Cool.
And then Rebecca's here from North Carolina. We're in your home state. Let's see.
Sometimes it jumps.
Okay, Davenport. Where is Davenport? Leave down.
I forget.
I mean, I know I've heard of it, but I can't think of what state that's in. Southern California. Nice. Doris Matthews. Hey, Doris. How are you doing? We actually we met Doris on a FaceTime that Matt had with her.
Yeah.
So, Erie, Pennsylvania. Awesome. Thanks, Robin. Let's see. Mike from South Carolina, but you're near Charlotte.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, we want to get to where we do more meetups when we're filming at different locations, but we kind of just right now we're kind of planning last minute, we can film at this dealership.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we'll start being able to schedule that out a little bit better.
Yeah, especially with this trip, just because it was we were waiting until we really felt comfortable because we didn't want to go out and expose anybody else. And obviously we needed our rest to begin with.
Yeah.
So as soon as we did, we were like, all right, let's make some plans.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were getting low on video, so we'll have to get with Matt. Okay. Yes, we're feeling much better now, Judy. Thank you. Another person from Massachusetts.
Cool.
Taunton, Massachusetts. A lot of Massachusetts in the house.
I know.
Decatur, Illinois. Very nice. We were in Illinois a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Davenport, Florida. Okay.
I think there's more than one Davenport.
Maybe, yeah. Hello from Utah.
Cool.
Oh, Christine, that's my cousin.
Hi.
Hey, Christine. Awesome. And then we have San Luis, Mexico. Thank you so much for tuning in from Mexico. Hoping to see you at Hershey. Yes, we will be talking about that in a little bit, but we will be there. More New Jersey. Scrolling down.
Jumps sometimes.
Yeah. Canton, Ohio. We've been
there before,
Yeah, to record.
Yep.
Hi from Georgia. We love Georgia. We love Savannah. We were just there. Yep. St. Louis. We were just there recently as well.
Yep.
Madison, Wisconsin. We stopped by there also when we did our road trip. Natural Bridge, Virginia. Awesome.
Cool.
I love all these places people live. We've just been to this year. Bay City, Michigan. Eugene, Oregon. Nice.
Coming up on 5 minutes, or a little over 5.
Okay.
But I think there was one we had. There you go.
There's my mom. She is watching Tucker right now. Tucker's barking hello from Maryland. Awesome. And then Wesley Chapel, Florida. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been 5 minutes, so we'll kind of get started with the bulk of the live.
Cool.
So the whole I guess intent with this live is just to kind of answer some of the common questions we get.
For sure.
And also in our last video, we said, hey, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments so that we can answer them. So we have a good list of questions. So thank you guys so much for asking those. And so we'll kind of start with that.
Okay.
So first question that we've gotten quite often is, how do we meet? And so I guess I'll kind of answer that one. So yeah, if you haven't heard, so Will and I met in high school, actually. We're high school sweethearts. We started dating in junior year of high school. End of
junior year.
So we've been together now. Next year will be 10 years.
2012, so yeah.
Next year will be 10 years. So we've been together a while now. And we actually met in FBLA, which is a business club in high school. So we were both just like really into clubs in high school. Yeah. And we kind of bonded over that. And so right really before we started dating, we went to junior year prom together.
Yeah, that was like our first date, I guess.
Yes, which is kind of like an intimidating first date.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun, and we just kind of oh yeah, do I have a picture? I think.
Or did you not?
Do I have to upload it? I don't know, guys.
I think you have to upload it.
Okay, so. I had, or maybe do I share video file? I don't know. I had a, sorry guys. I'm using this new software, so bear with me. But yeah, so we went to prom together, and then we kind of that, and we've been together, like I said, for 10 years. So and then we got married in 2019.
Yep. It's been about 2.5 years.
Yeah. So yeah, April will be our 3-year anniversary. So yeah, that's how we met. And the next question is, I'll let you go with that one.
So why do we not travel in an RV? Which is really a great question and something we would love to do more. And we have some things in the works to change that. We bought a fifth wheel. What's it been? Almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So this January.
Right before we got married.
Yeah, this January I think it'll be 2 years, or January, February time. And our plan was to full time in it, and that ended up not working out just for various reasons. Partially for my work, and we just got overwhelmed with things and life and all that. Well, when we bought it, Jen was like, hey, if we're gonna live in this, I really want it to feel homey and just be nice and like a normal house kind of would. So she was like, I want to do some renovations. Well, those renovations, just like any house renovation or anything, projects get started and then takes much longer to finish than you would think. So we have that issue, and then we have a truck that doesn't run very well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was letting my sister use it, and she goes to open the door, the driver's side door, and then like the little cable in there breaks. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff like that.
And it's literally like one of the most unreliable cars, which is, it's an 03. And we got it just because it was cheap and everything, but we definitely want to get, I think, a newer truck.
Something will feel more comfortable, more safe towing it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much why.
Yeah.
Those projects just, are still going on. We are getting close to finishing it.
Yeah, but we're hoping to really finish that up within, the next few months into the winter, maybe when we're not traveling as much. Try to make some progress on that. So that kind of leads into the next question.
Yep.
Also, guys, if you do have any other questions that you maybe didn't leave us ahead of time, feel free to leave them in the comments, because if we finish a little early with the ones we already have, then we can go through and try to answer some of your other questions. So next question is leading into that, like, what are your plans for your RV?
Yep.
So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit, but what we want to do, we've gone back and forth, even on this channel. We've kind of like, we couldn't decide, do we want to finish the renovation and keep the fifth wheel and try to get some use out of it? Do we want to get something different that kind of fits our needs more now? And so what we've ultimately decided, and I think we're pretty confident in this decision now, is that we do want to finish the renovation, obviously, but then we want to get it sold, probably private party. And with the way the RV market is right now, I think that we could be okay. Yeah, we wouldn't lose too much money on it. So, and then what we'd like to do, because when we got the fifth wheel, it was, like you said, for full timing. And when we're not full time, I mean, we really don't need something that big.
Right.
So what we want to do is sell that, and then we're interested in getting probably a smaller, like not super small, but a smaller travel trailer, just something that's just a little bit more easy just to hook up and go, and a smaller
like
setup.
A 30-ish foot probably.
Yeah, and something that also gives us a little bit more flexibility on like what truck we want to buy.
Exactly.
So we don't have like we don't have to get such a large towing capacity.
We were talking about it today. We'll probably keep the big truck just because like I flip houses and stuff. It's nice having that big old truck where it's like you're throwing trash in, and one time I like spilled some paint down the side, and it's like, it is what it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So we'll probably keep that, but it would be nice. Yeah, it's not worth much. But it would be nice to have a vehicle. We don't need a truck that big as like a daily driver.
Yeah.
So, just something we can tow with a 1/2-ton truck probably.
Yeah. So that's the plan. And, we really, you guys might have seen like when we went to the Alliance headquarters in Elkhart. This was like a few videos back when we were in Michigan. But we're a big fan of the Alliance brand, and we know some of the people there and everything. We just really like the products that they make. And so we've heard that they're planning on coming out with a travel trailer.
Right.
We don't know exactly when yet, but we're crossing our fingers that if we could get our fifth wheel sold sometime this winter or early spring, and could get into maybe an Alliance travel trailer in the spring, that would be great, because then we'd have it to start using like next summer, next spring, summer into the fall and everything.
Right.
So that's kind of our plan right now, future of the RV. And I think that would be really, if we can get a Alliance travel trailer, we're not flipping it, we're not running it, we're not touching anything.
Right.
We're just getting it, and we want to start using it. We'll get into later some of our travel plans coming up.
We got some good trips planned.
Yeah,
so it'd be
like,
nice to have it.
Oh yeah, next year there's some stuff we want to do that would be so nice to have a travel trailer. So
of course, yeah.
So yeah, that's our plans.
Okay.
Next question is, are we planning on moving to Florida? I think
we get this question a lot.
I think this might be our top question.
Yeah.
Just because we're down in Florida so much. And
we do love Florida.
Yeah, we do love Florida. But I would say the answer to this is we're kind of still undecided of like where we want to set up, I guess, like a permanent home. We will grow up in Texas and move to Maryland in like 3rd grade. And I've lived in Maryland my whole life. So
it's home.
Yeah, we have a lot of family there. So we have a lot of connections to Maryland. But admittedly, we don't love living in Maryland. And we'd like to kind of explore other places. But so right now where we're at is we would love to, we have a home in Maryland, and we would love to buy a property in Florida to rent out on Airbnb, and then that way we have a place when we do go down to Florida that we can stay, because even if we had an RV for, like in January, we're going to be down in Florida for a while. And so it would be nice to have a home with like a fenced-in backyard where we can have the dogs.
Just our own space, even though it's, we rent it out. It's still our own space, and it'd be so much cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, like we booked the hotel for Hershey because now we're paying for everything. It's like crazy expensive, and I'm thinking like, man, last year we spent a month in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even want to think about what that hotel or Airbnb bill will be. So it's like you can get a decent house, get a mortgage, and it'd be $1,500 or whatever. Spending that for the month would be a lot cheaper than hotels or Airbnb.
And the nice thing is in Florida, I feel like, they have the winter's the busy season there.
Yeah.
But people are going to Florida for vacation all year long.
Yeah.
And so it's a great place, I think, to get an Airbnb property. And I feel like the demand in Florida just continues to rise as people can start working remotely and stuff. So that's our hope, because then what we could do is essentially like, when we're home in Maryland, we have a home to stay in. When we're in Florida, we have a home to stay in. And then when we want to travel to other places, we can take our RV.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of our plan. So we're kind of, not moving to Florida, but we definitely are interested in buying property there.
Yeah, for sure.
And that would make it really nice when we want to go down and film and stay there for a little bit.
Yeah, we've done like rentals and stuff before anyway. So, and we like that. I think that's a good passive way of income. But I mean, Airbnb is a little more active. But overall, I do like that, additional income source.
So I was just looking at the comments. So I just want to say, first, thank you so much, Rick and Darcy, for the super chat. We appreciate it so much. And then also, my mom sent us one, so thank you, Mom.
She sent us 2. She probably did that on accident.
Oh, Mom, you sent us 2. I'll send you the money back. Rick and Darcy said maybe this will help towards your truck. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Every little bit counts, right?
Yes.
The Lions travel trailer will be great. Yeah, that's our hope.
Would.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just making sure we're not meeting. Okay, we have one question coming in, so we'll try to get to some of those at the end. Yeah. Okay, next question.
Where were we?
What did we do to recover from COVID?
Good question.
So there was a few different things. So number one, I think the biggest thing is just rest. Like your body needs extra rest.
For sure.
You have a lot of symptoms. You have a lot of fatigue. I know shortness of breath and fatigue were probably like the worst things, the worst symptoms.
Yeah.
And so like the more you can like give your body rest, the better. But there is a caveat to that because with COVID, there tends to be a lot of like mucus buildup in your lungs. And if you lay around for really long periods of time without movement, it can be detrimental because that can start to build up. It's like you're not moving to break it up.
Yeah, we read a lot online, and that's kind of what they said.
And my mom was like, you need to like, because Will was hit a little bit harder, and he was hit first. So I was kind of taking care of him in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he was really, really tired, and his muscles ache, so he didn't want to get up out of bed a lot.
My muscles hurt so bad.
Yeah. And finally, my mom was like, you need to get him moving so that mucus can break up. And so he just started doing like laps he was upstairs. He just started doing walking laps.
And it was slow, very slow at first. The first thing I did was I just went downstairs and sat by the sliding glass door.
To get some air.
Just to get some fresh air. We opened the door and closed the screen. And it was just nice getting the fresh air and sitting up. Which that alone hurt. I couldn't believe, because I had done nothing but rest my head on the pillow. So it was like my neck muscles were like giving out,
And it
hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But then, it was very slow. I would do like 3 laps in the beginning, back and forth from our bedroom to the office and back. And it's not that far.
Yeah.
But 3 laps was like the most I could do, and then I worked it up to 5 and 10 and 20, now I'm doing like 50. Which I probably don't even need to do it anymore.
No, but it's good because he is still feeling a little bit of tiredness, and I think that just that does help having that movement, especially like in the morning. He'll get up and do it, kind of gets his body going.
Yeah, it does help in the morning.
And it was funny because once I got sick, then it was hard because we were both he was kind of starting to get better, but we were both like sick at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was like we had to muster up the strength to like take care of ourselves,
take care of us, take care of the dogs.
Yeah, and so we would. I remember when we were. Because I had to do laps too, and we were downstairs and like getting up every hour, setting a timer, and like literally just like walking back and forth, like crossing each other in the house. But it was good for us. So that was like a big thing that we did. And then another thing is we have a woman that we've gone to before who kind of does like holistic medicine, and so we like asked her what she recommended, and she had us get some vitamin C and vitamin D supplements.
Yeah.
And just to get that extra boost of immunity. And then also something called andrographis. I think I'm saying
something
it right.
Something like that, yeah.
And I don't even know what it is, but it helps with like immune support. So I ordered those right away, and we started taking those. And then another thing was just staying up with the fluids. Whenever you get sick, the more fluids. So like, lots of water, Gatorade, cranberry juice, and then also I would just kind of make him some chicken broth, and also chamomile tea with honey. Helped his throat a lot.
The tea really helped. I felt like that really cleared through. And they say it's really good to drink tea and honey.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot.
And because he had a bad cough, and so that really helped soothe his throat. So I think that's the big things that we did.
Yeah, we did in the beginning because I didn't have any appetite. So I lost 30 pounds, but some of that I think I had lost ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how much I lost, but I lost a lot of weight.
Probably at least 15 from COVID.
At least, I think it was closer to 20, but just from COVID. But we also did protein drinks because it was I had no appetite in the beginning for days, but I knew my body needed some nutrients and stuff. So we did protein shakes to get some protein in.
Yeah.
And then, we slowly transitioned to regular food.
Yeah.
I think you did better. Well, you had a short period where you didn't eat as much.
Well, so Will lost the smell a little bit. I had a period where I completely lost smell and taste, which made it really hard to eat.
Yeah.
But so it kind of curbed my my appetite a little bit. But I was worried that was going to go on, and I'm like, this sucks. But it did go away after probably 4 or 5 days of that. And so it's completely back now. So thankfully, because I know some people lose it for like months.
Yeah.
But we were also just like really thankful to have family in the area that just like were supporting us. I know my mom brought us so many like groceries and stuff that we needed, and so thank you just so much to our family that
grocery
was there.
delivery gets expensive.
Yeah, we got Instacart a little bit, but like sometimes it was like so. And
or we would order DoorDash. I feel like we supported DoorDash for like the last
or like people would deliver food and like they're waiting at the door, and I'm like, please just leave it there. It's for your own good.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like that's the big thing, and like I said, rest, but then also just like working in that movement and then taking rest. The back and forth.
And lastly, huge thanks to Jen, because she was huge in helping take care of me, even when she was sick. She was great, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's what you do,
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful that we're better now. And so, cool. So next question, or let me see if we have any comments. Oh, Jacqueline, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, truck money. You guys are donating to the new truck fund. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Somebody asked this on our last video. What do you two personally feel is the best Class C on the market and why?
Okay, so I'll answer that one. Mine aligns with Matt. You've probably heard Matt say it before, but he really likes the Integra Odyssey. I do as well. And it's not about, we always say this, there's better Class C, and I assume you're talking about gas Class Cs, not Super Cs. But there's better Class Cs and there's cheaper Class Cs. But the Integra has really just stood out to me as best value for what you're spending, if that makes sense. And floor, I'm not going to really get into floor plans because that's really kind of a personal choice. Right. Something that works better for me might work better for you. But overall, I just think that the value you're getting with an Integra Odyssey just really hits the nail on the head. It's, great quality and everything, but still at a reasonable price point for Class C. In this market.
Yeah.
Nothing's reasonable in this market, but
yeah, I know that's the one that Matt is always really like.
Yes,
if he wanted to get an RV, it was going to be probably an Odyssey.
Yeah.
So, and we actually, when we used to work at Leo's, which is where all three of us met,
right.
We sold Odysseys there. And I remember before I even really knew much about them, just like thinking like, these are so nice, like just good balance of price and quality. So,
right.
But like you said, like there's no overall perfect RV out there. Right. There might be an RV that is perfect for you because it depends on what your wants and needs are, how you travel, how many people are going with you. So what's perfect for, one family might be like terrible for you. So,
yeah, exactly.
It's one thing to ask like, and that's people come to us all the time and like, what should I buy for this? And it's like, it really, I have to ask you a lot of questions first because it really depends on, what you need.
Exactly.
And so that's the biggest thing is like, really, if you're shopping for RVs, maybe going to the Hershey RV show, really write down your needs and wants. And so, that way when you go there, it's kind of like can be like flashy object syndrome, but that way you can really narrow down like what is best for you. And then maybe, then maybe you can start evaluating like quality and price and that kind of things,
exactly.
I was just looking, we got a super chat from Matt. So Matt's staying here with us. He said, hey, I'm here at the hotel. What room number are we in? I'm not telling you. So I knew he was going to get here while we were on the live. And I said, I don't want you like walking in that door, like
being all loud.
Right, being all loud.
Because Matt doesn't know how to be quiet.
Like while we're on the live, so it was like we're gonna go out and get dinner after we're done. I'm like, just wait. So thanks for the money, Matt, but I'm still not telling you. Jacqueline, yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. So let me go to the next question. Okay. Why do we want a towable and not a motorhome? So this is another question that we get a lot because, especially for people who like prefer motorhomes, they're kind of like curious, like why we want a towable. And so, like I said, again, there's like no perfect type of RV. It's just what works for you. Personally, why we've always liked towables, and especially I've always liked towables, is because I love that when you get to your campsite and you unhook, number one, you usually have more interior space because the slides are bigger.
Yeah.
And then I like the fact that the vehicle we have to drive around in is a big, like a truck, like a bigger vehicle.
More
we usually have the
comfortable.
dogs with us, so we can have like a nice back seat for them. And then also too, it's like when we get places, like some people stay at campsites more and enjoy the campground. We're more the type where we want to go out and do things. So like the vehicle really matters.
It does, yeah.
And so typically
we want something comfortable, and bigger,
exactly.
And
typically with a motorhome, you typically are more limited to like a smaller vehicle that you can tow.
Yeah.
A Jeep Wrangler, I would say, is probably on the max side.
Yeah.
It depends on like what you're pulling it with.
Yeah.
But for a motorhome, I should say a motorhome in our price range,
right?
Like, Jeep's probably the max that we could tow. And the reality is like, it kind of depends on like, look at the vehicles that you already have to work with.
Yes, that's very true.
And, like right now we have the truck, which we wouldn't tow that behind a motorhome. And then we have a Toyota 4Runner, and Toyota 4Runners are not like easy to tow.
Yeah, we love the car, but that's one of, I guess you'd call it a downfall.
Yeah.
It can't be flat towed. It can't even be dollied based on my research.
Yeah, I mean, it can be flat towed, but you need this like special setup. And I forget the drive shaft disconnect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which, something you could get, but it's just one of those things where like it would be a little complicated every time to hook and unhook. We definitely wouldn't want a full car trailer because you get to your campsite and
right,
now you
that's a lot.
room for your car and your car trailer. So we kind of it's kind of like working with the vehicles we already have,
right?
And then just like I said, having a bigger vehicle to drive around.
Yeah, for sure.
But
but with that said, we love motorhomes.
Yeah, we've rented them, taken them.
Yeah, we were even considering that instead of the travel trailer next.
Yeah.
But just again, it's all about what works best for you, and based on the vehicles we have and are planning on having. Travel trailer works best for us, I think.
Right. You can't take motorhomes through the McDonald's drive.
I don't think you can take a travel trailer through either.
Yeah, that's right, Diane. Cool. Yeah, it's nice to have a separate vehicle, and some people just travel with the motorhome because I guess that, they just tend to spend more time, like at the campground.
Yeah.
So it just really depends. So, and some people love the fact that like when you're going down the road, you can go and sit on the couch or go to the bathroom if you're stuck in traffic.
And that is cool. I'll admit, yeah.
That is really nice. And we've talked about that. And typically, like if we were taking a drive day with an RV, we're gonna probably do 4 to 6 hours max.
Yeah.
So not having that is not too big of a deal for us, But it works for you.
He's trying to get
Matt's
in.
trying to get in.
But we got the other lock.
Oh, hold on. He's gonna make me laugh in a minute.
Okay.
Hi!
I know you're gonna do that.
I got the room number.
They gave you a room number?
Well, hi.
So, somebody on here leaked the room number, I bet. Cool. So that's kind of that answers the question of why do we want a towable. But we're definitely, if we were gonna get a motorhome though, I would say we'd probably lean towards like a Quest or something that would be
probably
easy to drive.
Like a smaller Odyssey because Quests are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, but something like a real small Class C probably.
Yeah.
Something that like you could just kind of like use as your drive vehicle also. That would be kind of nice to go around into. But okay, next question is, what are your travel plans for the rest of the year and next year?
Yeah. So you want to do this year and then I'll do next year, I guess?
Yeah. So for this year, as you know, we're in Charlotte right now, recording, and then next week we'll be at Hershey. So yeah, the Hershey RV show starts a week from today, which is really exciting.
Right.
And so we'll be there. Matt and Will are actually going up Sunday. I'll be up Tuesday.
Yeah, we have dealer days.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of videos for you guys.
Yeah. So start making the content. And we actually, if you haven't heard yet, Will and I are going to have a video out for you guys at the Hershey RV show every single day of the show. So from Wednesday to Sunday. And so
There'll be shorter videos, but yeah, we'll do
but
a video every day.
Yeah, kind of behind the scenes. So whether you're coming to the show or not, you can kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
So that's definitely the travel plans. We'll be home a little bit after that.
I think a week, maybe.
Yeah, like not even a week. Then we actually have to start heading up to Elkhart, Indiana, which is kind of where the RV manufacturing headquarters is, where a lot of the
RV capital is.
Yes. Actually, the RV Hall of Fame is there.
It is.
Which is, we stopped at with Tucker and threw the ball there.
Yeah, it's fenced in, actually. Yeah. Surprisingly.
But so we'll be heading up to Indiana and tell everybody. So we're going up for what's called RV Open House, which happens every year. So tell everybody kind of what that is.
Yeah, so I haven't been to RV Open House because last year's was changed. Okay, I haven't been to a traditional RV Open House because last year's was changed due to COVID. So last year, you guys, if you follow on Matt's channel, you saw we went to different manufacturers. Some of them had displays set up for, anybody to come. Others kind of gave us like a little behind the scenes tour. But RV Hall of Fame, from what I understand, RV the open house, from what I understand, is all the dealerships get together and it's kind of like a, hang out and chat. But more importantly, you're checking out all the new stuff, the new features, new designs, and new units, basically. So, everything new for 2022, they'll have it all set up and on display there.
Yeah. So we'll be there. And so that's like leading into the end of September. Then I think so we leave there October 1st. And then I'm so excited because that day we're driving straight from Indiana and we're heading up to Maine.
Yes.
So what we're doing this fall is a whole like fall foliage trip.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Which
it's like all I could think about during COVID. It was like positive thoughts.
Yeah.
We're going on this super exciting trip.
Yeah.
So.
And we've been like essentially planning this trip for like the last year because last October we went up to Vermont, beginning of October, I think.
Right.
And we just like fell in love with it up there. It's so beautiful in the fall. And so I told Will, I was like, next year we're doing this right. We're doing a whole tour. I said, I don't care if it takes like all of October. Like I want to like go through all of New England and see all the foliage. And so we've kind of been planning that.
Yeah, we have.
What we're going to do is head up to Maine. We're going to spend some time at some, we're going to go to like Kennebunkport and Portland. But if you guys know any other like cute towns in that area, if you know what area we're
definitely
talking
let
about.
us know.
Yeah, because I know there's like a ton of little cute coastal towns. And then we're going to go to Acadia National Park in Bar Harbor. I think Will's sister is going to try to meet us there. Not Kati, Kayla. And because she lives in Connecticut now, so she's going to try to head up there. And then after we leave Acadia National Park, we're heading over to New Hampshire, which has a really beautiful highway that we're going to take. It's called the like Cancamungus
I forget what it's called.
highway, something like that. And so I'm super excited to take that. And then after New Hampshire, it's Vermont again.
Which we did go to last year. I think you said that. But I loved Vermont. And I know it's like I love Vermont because we were there. I know we're going to love everywhere else too.
Vermont's like the king of fall. I mean, I think New Hampshire's very beautiful too. But Vermont is just like beautiful.
It is.
We're actually we went to like Woodstock, Vermont. Last year, but we're gonna try to go to Stowe this time. I'm hoping my parents can meet us because I know my mom would love that trip. And then we'll leave Vermont. We did
go to Stowe last year for.
Oh, we popped up
for like a half hour. It's so funny because like with COVID, like I think they were probably like 50% capacity or something.
Yeah.
And then it's their busy season, and we were like, oh, let's drive up to Stowe to go for dinner. And we get all the way up there, and all the restaurants are like, yeah, we're full. Like, all right, I guess we drove all the way back down. The only thing that had availability was Chili's. So we had in New Hampshire. So we had like a nice Vermont, like local owned restaurant in mind, and we got Chili's.
Yeah, Chili's. But Old Faithful, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, we're gonna we'll remember this year because fall is like peak time up in Vermont and all of that area. So you have to and there's like and Vermont doesn't have like many chain restaurants, so like it's all local places, which is nice.
From what I saw,
but you have to make reservations. So we know what we're doing this year when we go. But then after we leave Vermont, we're gonna pop over to New York in the Lake Placid region, go to the Adirondacks. Never been up that way, so
I'm
cool. Excited for that. And then from there, I think we're gonna pop. We're kind of trying to follow like the further north. I think the peak starts a little earlier, so we're kind of gonna work down. Go to Massachusetts, hit the Berkshires, hit Boston, and then kind of go through Rhode Island and Connecticut on the way home.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff. I'm super excited. I think we said we're hitting like 7 new states, so we're gonna cross a lot off our list
for sure.
So that'll kind of take us into like the end of October, early November, and then for the rest of the year, I think we don't have a ton planned. Obviously, we'll probably be meeting up with Matt and like recording, but for the most part, we're gonna try to like be home more for the holidays, especially because I'll let Will transition into like what we're doing early next year.
Yeah, cool. So early next year, really, I think we're leaving the end of this year. We are taking another trip to Aruba. It was kind of like a funny story because we went to Aruba, Jen and I did last year. And then my parents, so they have a timeshare and they let us use it. That's how we went. But there's like with COVID and everything, nobody's using their timeshares. So they got like bonus weeks or something like that. So then they had like another week to use and they were going to lose it. So there were like very few places that were available for the timeshare and that you could actually travel to with COVID. With COVID restrictions. Well, Aruba was one. I was like, all right, we'll go to Aruba. We enjoyed it, you know? And so like literally a month later they had the best time ever.
Yeah.
So then they were like, all right, so me and Jen had been, and then my parents had been, and I have 3 siblings. And my older brother's married and has a kid. And my parents were like, all right, we loved it so much. We're taking the whole family.
Yeah, we're going to plan a whole
family trip. So we're going back. So that'll be a great time.
We're gonna have the lay of the land in Aruba.
Yeah,
it's not a big island, so
it's
I feel
really
like,
not.
we said like in a week there, I felt like we did almost everything we wanted to do.
We were there for 10 days, I think. Actually.
Oh, okay, so we hit everything. So I feel like this time we're going back. It's kind of nice, like when you go to somewhere, like travel somewhere that you've been to before, because you kind of know like the good places to eat, the good things to do, and like where to go. And so I feel like this time going back, we'll be able to like. Really, and if you haven't seen our Aruba video, definitely check it out because
we have 3.
I mean, if you're we have a couple vlogs on Aruba, and then we made one on like tips for traveling to Aruba, because we basically met a tour guide there towards the end of our trip, and it was so amazing. And then so when Will's parents went, they were like we already set them up with him ahead of time, so they really maximized their time there, and I know when we go this time, we'll really like get to enjoy
See,
it.
they loved it because like they did something with him like every day.
Yeah.
We only got like 2 or 3 days with him, but yeah, I mean, he did like so many different excursions with them, so it's gonna be exciting. Like he was like, oh, we'll do like one day. I think my mom said we're just doing like different swimming holes all along the island, which is something we didn't get to do. So yeah, we're excited. He's great.
Yeah. And Aruba's also, I feel like, a fun place to like go with a big group.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then like what else? What
other plans so then after that, we'll be down in Florida for the Tampa show. We'll definitely, we're not going to miss that. And we'll be in Florida for a little while, knocking out some videos and stuff like that. And of course, everything around the show takes time. After that, we have a trip with my family again. They're doing a cruise out of Baltimore.
Like a Caribbean
cruise. Caribbean cruise.
Which is our first. Will and I have never been on a cruise.
No, so, we're excited for that.
Yeah, so we're hoping, with COVID, it's a little like iffy. So we're hoping that, it clears up enough that we can go on that.
I think we booked it like right at the beginning of COVID. And we were like,
by then,
COVID will be long gone. Now we're like, all right, it's like 6 months away.
Yeah, we'll see. So hopefully that works out.
Yeah, so I think we'll be okay though, hopefully.
Yeah.
After that, what are we doing? It's kind of up in the air.
Obviously, and we'll be doing. What we try to do now is like when we have to travel to record, we'd like to make little like trips out of it. Like if we're going to a new place, so we'll have little things here and there. But then after that, so our hope is, and this is a very vague plan, but depending on how things are with Canada too, and also with the RV situation, we would love to get up to Alaska this summer. And so we wanted to go to Alaska like in the summer, like 2 years ago. And that's kind of when it didn't work out because we were still renovating the RV and it drug out.
Yeah.
And so
and I think it would have got shut down due to COVID.
I think I think we kind of called it off because of the whole renovation, and then then the
COVID
time came
just like sealed the deal.
Yeah, we wouldn't have
obviously.
been able to go. So I'm kind of glad we didn't plan everything, because you kind of have to book things in advance from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But we're really, really hoping we could do that this year. So we're gonna start tentatively planning things, figuring out like the route we want to take. I know that I think from what I understand, like if you can get up there by like end of June, that's
usually
ideal.
That's
so
the best.
I mean, and if we had the time, I'd love to like go through Banff National Park on the way up, and then on the way down go through Vancouver and maybe do some of the like Pacific Coast Highway.
That would be awesome.
That would be a long epic
It'd
trip.
be a long trip.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So even if we can just do like part of it, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, I think that's like the farthest out we planned.
Yeah. And of course we'll have little trips in between for recording and shows and meet and greets and whatever.
Yeah.
So, but those are kind of like the big things.
Yeah. And it's nice to like, at least 3 months in advance, kind of have like trips, you want to take. Because it gives you like, we just always are one, like, we love to have things to look forward to. We love the change of pace. And so that's why we love just like getting to even take little trips down to like Charlotte, just to like get a change of pace, especially after being cooped up from COVID.
I know, it's nice.
So, but yeah, that's kind of our plans, all of our travel plans that we have so far. And that actually wraps up all of the like questions that we had in advance. So we are going to pop over and see if there's any other questions you guys had, but also first, we actually want to ask you guys a couple of questions. So first one is, what do you guys want to see at the Hershey show? Because we're trying to figure out exactly. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Put that up. We want to know what you guys want to see, because we're like I said, we're going to have essentially 5 videos for you guys.
Day one's kind of figured out. I think
because
that's going to be just like a tour of everywhere and kind of explaining where things are. Although it's still going to be confusing, I'm sure.
Well, we'll try to like show you guys all the different brands there.
Yeah.
Give you a sense of the layout. Also,
quickly though. It's not going to be like in depth with each brand.
Yeah, but like just kind of like a little behind the scenes tour. And that hopefully we'll have up. I'd like to even get it up like Wednesday morning. So if you guys are going to the show, you can kind of like start watching and
that'd be awesome.
Ready. Or even Tuesday night, but I'm not but then also like showing you kind of some of the usually there's vendors in the Giant Center. So like, if there's any like cool vendors. I know one vendor that I saw somewhere we went.
FMCA.
Yeah, in Wyoming is Jackery, which does these really cool like battery boxes that you can charge with solar. So I'm expecting that they're gonna be there. And so if there's any like cool vendors like that, we can kind of show you guys in advance.
Yeah.
But then what we would like to know is for those other days, like, do you guys
want to see?
Yeah, like our idea was, we could go and say like, here are our top 5 favorite fifth wheels, top 5 favorite Class Cs.
Yeah.
Or would you guys prefer us to kind of like pick our favorite fifth wheel at the show and do like a more in-depth tour of it?
Right.
So
let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. We're gonna be there every day.
Cool.
This is funny. So we found out today Will was talking to his brother.
Oh, yeah.
And his brother was like, hey, I work with somebody. And she was saying that, well, first she was like, there's a guy on Matt's RV reviews that could be your brother. You guys look so alike. And he's yes. Yeah. And he's like, it is my brother. And so, she's on here right now. So I don't know do you know her name? Is it Tabby? Sorry.
I don't know.
So that was a really funny coincidence.
Yeah.
We haven't told you about that yet.
No.
So, okay. So Cindy said we would like to see the Renegade Super C.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Small weekend travel trailers. That's a nice category. Let's see. Okay. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Well, thank you.
I think your name's pronounced Jamie. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So he wants to see top 5 RV gadgets.
Okay,
so
that's a good idea.
That's kind of an idea I had for the video.
Yeah.
Like something like that, Jackery, and I'm sure there'll be other cool vendors. So we can definitely do a video like that. We would love to see a comparison between similar floor plans but different brands. Okay. Doris said I'll be there Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, nice.
We really hope we can see you there, Doris.
Yes.
Well, we have our own tent, by the way. We rented our own spot at the Hershey RV show. So look for the Matt's
big
RV
orange
review,
tent.
the big orange tent with the Matt's RV Reviews logo on it.
Yep.
Cool. Forest River towable would be nice to see in an Integra Odyssey.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So Jacqueline asked also, Jen, are you still editing for Kara and Nate? So I don't edit for them. I was the designer for FairDrop, which is a software product that they started that like sends flight deals.
Yeah.
So they were like redesigning their whole product interface. It because in the past it just would send out emails. So they're upgrading it to do some exciting things. So they brought me on to be like the designer. So
Right.
when I don't know exactly when that is launching, but hopefully very soon.
Yeah.
So you guys have to go check it out.
But that's pretty much wrapped up for you.
I've kind of like just pretty much been finishing that. It's coming to an end. Because it was kind of like a short-term project, but I'm hoping that we can definitely work with them. And hopefully one time we can meet up with Kara and Nate. We've heard that they're going to be in Vermont in October. So I have to try to reach out to Nate and see if we can meet up with them.
For sure.
Cool. And let's see. I would like to see Class C's under 33 feet, please. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll write down a lot of these, and we'll do our best. Obviously, we can only make like so many videos, but we'll do our best. My voice is going out, guys.
Love to see the Gulfstream BT Cruiser. Matt and I did a video on it one, didn't we, Matt? Yeah. When did that go out? Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
BT Cruiser.
Yeah.
So go check that out. Because that'll be a good like in-depth review.
Yeah.
Cool. And then but if you guys think of any other questions or any other videos that you'd like to see at the show, feel free to comment. And we'll do our best to try to
for sure.
to do as many of
the
those
most
videos
popular.
that you guys are looking for. So so we're very excited for the Hershey RV show. Hopefully we'll get to meet a lot of you guys. I've already heard some people that said they're coming. And then one other question we have for you guys is, what kind of videos do you want to see more of on this channel?
Yes, let us know.
So when we started the channel, we kind of were like, we'll do some vlogs, and then we'll do some like educational travel videos. And we kind of just migrated to doing all vlogs. Partially because
I think it's liked better.
I think people like it better. And then also I enjoy editing the vlogs. It definitely like is harder to edit.
It is, yeah.
But just at the end of it, and also what's so nice is that I told Will, the whole reason we started this channel for the most part is I said, even if it never goes anywhere and we don't grow, just like in a few years, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, getting to look back
it's our story
and have like a diary, a video diary of all of your travels is like the best thing. It's like so upgraded from just like having photos.
Right.
And even now, like I go back and we've only had our channel for like a little over a year, I would say. Yeah. Maybe. And I look back at like our early videos and like I'm already like reminded of, I forgot we did that. Oh yeah.
Right.
So I can't imagine in a few years what that's gonna be like. So we love the vlogs, but we're curious like if there's I know a lot of people were commenting in our last one that they like the historical things.
A lot of people said they like that.
So if there's any other little things that you like in the videos and you want to see more of, definitely let us know on here, and just like in future videos, just if you like something, comment it, because it helps us like learn what we want to do more of on the channel. And then if you guys do want to see something different than vlog, and a lot of people do, then we're definitely willing to make videos like that. Cool. Dolores said, I'd love to stay as it is. Love your channel with your travels. Awesome. Cool. Cool. So but we just want to make sure that you guys are, liking the content. Yeah. Is editing hard? It's like
time consuming.
It's time consuming.
Yeah.
And it is like so I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
It's a skill.
And it's like any software. Like the more you use it, the more you get better at it. Yeah. So every video I make, I get better at it. And also too, it's not even just the editing, but just getting better at the storytelling for you guys, so that you can like really see the journey of like what we do in a vlog and that story. So just getting better at how we tell that, Right. But we love making them for you guys. Cool. And then let me go back and see if there was any, let me see if I can scroll to the top and see if there's any questions. And if you guys have any more questions, do a hashtag before them just so I can find them a little bit quicker. But I know some people asked questions earlier. Let's see. Will you be at the Florida Super Show in Tampa in January? Yes, we will be. For sure. And so what we're thinking is we were talking about Aruba earlier. I think what we're gonna do is drive down to Florida like early January.
Yeah.
Right? Fly probably.
No, I think it would be into December. I don't know.
Or yeah, either very end of December, early January. Drive down to Florida. That way we can leave our car at the airport there. Fly to Aruba to meet his family. So we're not going for the whole trip. We're going for part of it.
Right, they're going for 2 weeks. We're going for,
about a week,
or
yeah.
8 days or something.
So we'll go and be with them in Aruba, and then that way we can fly back to Florida because I think we get back, we have about a week. So I think we'll probably try to get some videos recorded. Yeah. And then that next week is the Super Show. So we'll definitely be there. Hopefully have a tent like we do at Hershey. Yeah. And we'll be, there to meet you guys and, talk to you and everything. And so we'll be down in Florida for probably going into early February.
Yeah, probably.
Which is what happened this year.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, we will definitely be there. And if you guys are going to be there, we'll love to meet you. Let's see. When will you review RVs? So we're probably never gonna, other than like maybe at the shows, like what we were talking about at Hershey, where we're gonna maybe do some special videos that aren't like a typical vlog. For the most part, we're gonna leave the RV reviewing to Matt, and I think a lot of our subscribers come from Matt's channel. So if you're wanting that,
compete.
Yeah, we don't want to compete. But if you want the actual RV reviews. So there's the main channel, Matt's RV Reviews, and then Matt's RV Reviews Towables, which is what Will is on. Yeah. And so there's a video every other day on each channel. So a video of RV review every single day. Yeah. And so props to them and Matt especially because that's a lot of content that we put out, but there's just so many RVs out there, and so it just there's enough RVs to bring you guys a review every day, and we want to try to hit as much inventory as possible. So so that's where I would go for the RV reviews. Let's see if there's any other questions we have on here.
You'll be recording some reviews tomorrow.
Well, we'll be
with you,
but not on our channel. Yeah. So sometimes I will record instead of so we were already talking about it. Like in the next couple of days when they're recording, I'm probably gonna fill in some. So you guys will see me on a couple of videos. Yeah. Just because we expect Will's, we try to like really knock out like 2 weeks worth of videos in a day, which is a lot. And with how Will's been after COVID, he might not be able to
getting tired quick.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of like alternate. He'll do a couple, I'll do a couple.
Yeah.
So you guys might see me on Matt's channels, but we probably won't do that many RV reviews on our channel.
Yeah, no.
Now once we get our next RV, whatever that ends up being, we'll definitely do a whole tour of that for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, I just saw this. Hello from Canada. Thank you so much for tuning in. You'll have to leave down in the comments if you're still on here what the temperature is in Canada now, because I expect that it's like already starting to get a little chilly there. Cool. And we got a lot of recommendations for our New England trip, so we're definitely going to go through this and write down some of these. Cool. Let's see. Where are you going to be located at the Hershey show? Do you know that?
Do you remember the site number? You walk in the main entrance and you like follow around the giant center.
All the things, like
all the tents or
all the tents. We're at the end of the.
Yeah, we're what, the second to last?
Second to last.
Yeah. So that main strip, you want to take it almost all the way down.
Yeah. And we'll be across from Fleetwood.
We'll be across from Fleetwood. So
and we're kind of in the middle of everything, which is nice.
We're literally square in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll definitely, and you can't miss the orange tent.
No.
It stands out against everybody.
Yes.
Cool. Well,
I think that was it. Right?
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
We so enjoy your videos. Keep up the great work. Also really enjoy your relationship with Matt. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
We really, really appreciate it.
I think that one. I think that was the last one right there.
Right. This?
Yeah.
Oh, she was saying, could you share some Class C's that people have found successful for living in full time, please? Okay, so
Yeah, we'll definitely keep that in mind. Class C's are harder to full time in for sure, but
yeah, but that might be a cool video.
It
Like if you're
could,
trying
yeah.
to find that like it's easy to make a video about like a Class A's you can full time
right,
in.
but
So
that's like a unique video. So
yeah, so maybe we'll try to prioritize that.
yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Well, I
I
think
think that's it.
that wraps up. I think hopefully I answered all the questions. But if not, you guys can ask questions like that on any of our videos.
Yeah, or
we try
just
to
do it and leave it in the comments. We try to answer.
Yeah, we try to do our
as
best
quick
to
as
go through the
possible.
comments. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes,
We're gonna
thank
start
you.
kind of wrapping this up. It's 8:55, so I think we're all about to head up and grab something to eat. So just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys. Our channel is like slowly growing, and we just appreciate your support so much. Oh, Matt had to make his appearance.
What's going on, everyone?
So just thank you guys so much for being on here. We really appreciate it. And like I said, we love making these videos for you guys.
Yes.
And it ends up being kind of like a behind the scenes. It ends up being like a behind the scenes too. Like if you guys follow Matt, I'm sure you like seeing
you see all
our
our
travels
travel
with
and
him
how
and
we do the
everything.
videos and all that.
Because I don't think Matt has the patience to edit vlogs, do you?
No.
I did it for like.
He did it for a little
3
bit, and he was
days.
like, "Man, I'm not doing this anymore." So, but anyways, thank you guys so much for
Thanks for jumping on, guys.
Yeah, for our first live, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And we want to start doing lives at least like once a month, I would say.
Yeah.
It might not always be a Q&A, but we can get on here and
Yeah.
chat about things. So we're gonna go ahead and hop off.
Yeah.
And thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your week.
We'll
and
see you
weekend.
next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And there we go.